I have just bought the cheapest Mark 8 Transit van in the UK that is sold, supposedly fully working. We've taken a huge risk on this van, but we're going to be turning it into the ultimate luxury stealth camper. But there is a problem.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what, I did say it was bad news.
We paid just £5,800 for this van, and it's only done 87,000 miles. It's an ex-electricity board van, so it should be well looked after. But there is a dark mechanical problem that we have just discovered with the van.
Tiny thing has caused all the problems.
And in this episode, we're going to try and get it sorted, and we're going to speak to the dealer about whether he's going to stump up the cost for this repair. Really, I'm looking for you to pay for the rest of that bill, which is £1,604.
I bet you are, I bet you do it all.
Because we've only had it a month, and we have got 3 months warranty on it. So today we'll be answering the question, is it a good idea to buy a cheap van to turn into your dream camper? Let's find out. Right, the problem is the gearbox and clutch. It felt all right when I test drove it, but I am no expert when it comes to mechanics. I did have a really good look around the vehicle, and generally it feels like it's in good condition. 87,000 miles on the clock. Yeah, it's had a hard life, but the engine pulls really strong. It feels really good, brakes really well. But on the way home from work the other day, it started making some very nasty noise. When you're static at the traffic lights and you've got the clutch held in, it sounds like something's grinding. And then also sometimes when you shift down and it feels like you're putting a lot of pressure on the clutch, it feels like something's spinning or is loose or something like that. And yeah, it doesn't feel very good. So I've booked it in to a transmission specialist in Sheffield near me, and we're going to head over there and find out what the solution is. Morning everybody. It is very early on a Monday morning. This might be a reason as to why you shouldn't buy a cheap van. That sounded like it didn't want to start then. Let's just check if I left the lights on in the back. It's smelling better in there. Buying a van at any age, buying a vehicle at any age is a risk. Vehicles, cars, vans, they are one of the most complex things that we probably own. There's literally thousands of moving parts, different components, all of which can go wrong. That risk of buying an older vehicle only gets higher the older the vehicle is, the more miles it's done, which is why I always try and buy the lowest mileage and the youngest van I can. People say, because this is an ex-fleet, ex-electrical board van, they've been well maintained. That is true, but at the same time, it doesn't account for user error. Someone might have just been thrashing this van because it is a works van. I mean, we all know that rental cars are the fastest cars in the world. There's definitely a problem with the van. This was not part of the van build kind of plan of videos that I've done, but I thought it might be interesting. We'll get a proper opinion, and hopefully it's nothing too serious. So problem number one is I'm in fifth now, and what happens is when you pull it down, it just kind of stays there. Center is there, so it just stays in that position. I'm not too worried about that because it doesn't really make a difference. Sometimes I think once it's all warmed up, it does kind of move back. That doesn't bother me too much. It is what it is. What is worrying is the clutch noise. And when you have got the clutch pressed in, whether you're in gear or in neutral sat at traffic lights, you get a grinding sound, and it's only when the clutch is pressed in, which is why I think it's something to do with the clutch and not the actual gearbox. Like, I think the gearbox is okay. I think what it is maybe the release bearing or something like that. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'll try and capture it on film. it basically does it. It's intermittent. I can hear it now kind of grinding. The other time that it does it is when you change down gears and you're slowing down, and I guess you're putting the gearbox, you're braking with the gears. Sometimes when you're coming out of the clutch position as you change down, you get a pretty severe grinding noise as well, which is why I think it's something to do with the clutch or the clutch release bearing. See if we can get it. When I engage the clutch, you get a grinding noise, which I've never heard on a vehicle before. That's it. Right, let's get going because we're going to be late. I want to get to this garage to be the first person there. I'm thinking it's better to get it sorted out. There is some warranty with a third-party firm. I think by law you're entitled to 3 months warranty anyway. So hopefully that will cover any issues, but we'll find out. And I spoke to them and they just said to send them the invoice and they will tell us what they're paying. So hopefully it's it. But even if it's not, the right thing to do is get it squared away. M&T transmissions. Oh, can you hear that? That is making the noise. Let's go in and see what they're going to say. The guys there, very nice gentlemen, but we're leaving for some serious work. It was the flywheel that is an issue. He diagnosed it was the flywheel absolutely immediately. Got straight in it, we turned it on, clutch in, yeah, it's the flywheel that is creating that noise. So it needs a full flywheel and clutch kit, which is £600 plus VAT. Well, which we're not quite sure how much it's going to be because apparently there's a common really tough bolt to get out on those. So he's going to give me a call. I'm going to get Ginny to pick me up.
Welcome to the EE voicemail.
Need a lift from Ginny now. I'm not picking up.
Yeah, he won't get out of bed.
Well, I'm just sat at that coffee shop. It needs a new clutch and flywheel, so it's like £1,000.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Well, around that, it would be that plus that. All right. Well, I'm here anyway, so love you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.
So I took you a zoomed out one on the flywheel, then I
Yeah.
took you zoomed in one of the spigot bearing inside the flywheel where the roller bearings are. So it's collapsed. And then what it's done, the bottom photo is the gearbox, and if you look on that shaft, you can see where it's worn it all away. It's got a massive groove in the shaft, which is it's basically scrap. There's nothing I can do with that shaft. So what I'm saying to you is, it needs a clutch and flywheel, it needs a spigot bearing, and it needs a gearbox.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I did say it was bad news.
Oh. Okay. What
What do we do? Do we take it back to the...
what do you think we do? I only bought it a couple of weeks ago, the van, but
I don't know. Obviously, I can only fix it to the best of my ability, which is a recon box, a new clutch and flywheel, and a new spigot bearing. But obviously, you are then going to have to try and claim this money back from them.
how much do you think? What do you think the cost for that will be?
Well, your gearbox is another £950 plus VAT, and then your spigot bearing is £50 plus VAT fitted, so you've got another £1,000 on top. And what I quoted, so it will be £1,950 plus VAT. And there's no way around it. We don't bodge you, but there's no way to bodge you.
I know.
If they could.
I know you're legit. That's why I brought it to you, to be honest, because I wanted it doing right by somebody.
Well, a lot of people have missed that. Put it back together, and you'd be putting another dual mass in it in about 2 months' time with that shaft like that.
Oh.
We do see this every now and again. Probably 1 in 25. I do see it where the spigot bearings have collapsed, but you are very unlucky.
Do you know what? I almost knew when I knew it needed a clutch. These things always happen to me. They always happen to me.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll see you. Keep us updated. I'll see you later.
All right, cheers, Matt.
Cheers, buddy. Ta-da. That £5,800 van has now become a... What did you say it was, Ginny? What did you say the cost was then?
What? Oh, 2.3. It's 19.50.
2.3, I think. 2340, including that. Oh my god,
Whether we can claim it.
whether we can claim it.
Just finished work, just picked the van up, and I have to say the clutch feels buttery smooth now. I don't think I quite realised how bad it was before. I'll put in a clip of the mechanic who kind of showed me what the problem was, or what had caused the problem, what had failed. Then we'll go through the costs, and then we'll work out if we're going to be able to get any of our money back from the warranty company or from the dealer.
Tiny thing has caused all the problems.
That fits in your crank, and that's destroyed your input shaft for your gearbox.
Wow.
So if you want to follow me up here. The bush were knackered anyway.
Yeah.
That bush were knackered, so we have to cut that off.
Yeah.
Seized in there.
Yeah.
And we changed the bolt.
Yeah.
Through here.
Oh yeah, so new yeah.
So we have to cut that off. That's the bolt that gets seized in there. We change it.
Yeah.
We get them that out in weeks and weeks. Well, as you can see, we're waiting with it.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. If you look on the end of here,
Yeah.
you see where the bearings won the shaft away there?
Yeah.
That's what's caused all your problems.
Oh nice. Yeah, I saw it on the photo that he sent through.
Yeah, so that's what's destroyed.
So that was just like rattling inside, and then.
No, your dual mass flywheel had seized and spun over.
Oh right.
That's what's caused that.
Was it amazing that it was still working to that level?
Yeah.
Or is it just
worse than that?
Oh, fair enough.
So, but that's why we exchanged gearbox, because that's literally the last thing I had at gearbox.
I'm fingers crossed that is now everything.
I didn't see anything obvious under the van as we were working.
Yeah, no, I feel like the engine it drives real nice,
Yeah,
like pulls real nice, so hopefully. Well, thank you for that, appreciate it. Back at the yard. So M&T Transmissions in Sheffield have done a really good job. The van feels really nice. It's driving really nice. The clutch pedal feels really nice. It's shifting really nice. Can't complain. The bill is not nice at all, but I mean, I say it is what it is. There's two bills, but it's all one essentially. So in total, for the new wishbone, it was £234. For the reconditioned gearbox, it was $950 plus VAT. Then for the clutch and flywheel, it was $600 plus VAT, plus a few little extra bits and bobs. The total, £2,370 plus 234 for the wishbone. So that is a total £2,604 and 40 pence. That in its entirety has wiped out all of my camper van build budget, which I had put away, literally to the pound. I've paid that bill. The warranty company that I was given, it was like a third-party warranty company from where I got the van from. They've agreed to pay £1,000 towards the fix. So I don't really quite understand where that leaves me. If you've got any advice, let me know in the comments what you think I should do. Am I entitled to claim back the money? What I am going to do is phone up the guy that I bought it from and see if he's willing to pay. I don't quite know what the situation with that is, but I think it's worth giving him a call and see what happens. Obviously, you can do your due diligence. You can do a vehicle history check, which I did. You know, the dealer assures you that because it's a fleet vehicle, it's been well maintained and you're not going to get any nasty surprises. If you are thinking about doing a van conversion, the less you spend on the van, the more likely you're going to have some high maintenance bills to keep it on the road and to keep it going well, as opposed to if you're buying like a 3-year-old van or a 5-year-old van. And do your due diligence when you're buying a van. Buy it from a dealer if possible, because you might have some form of warranty. I'm still yet to work that out. Do a vehicle history check. One thing I didn't do, and I think I probably will do next time, is I've seen you can get those AA or RAC vehicle checks where they come and actually do an inspection, and it's 100 quid or 120 quid. And I know, well, I think that seems like a lot of money, but would that have saved me being in the hole for this much? Let's give that guy a call and see what happens. Hi,
It's Matt Buck. I bought that van off you a month ago.
Which is that one, mate?
The Ford Transit.
When was it you bought?
The first week of September.
Which transit is it?
It was the electrical board one.
Oh, I got you now, yeah.
Yeah, just had a few problems with it, and I just wanted to talk to you about it, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I also just wanted to tell you that I am recording this phone call. I vlog the build of my van, and I won't share any of your personal information or anything like that, and I won't share any of the phone call if you don't want me to.
I don't know what you're getting at. Just tell me what's your problem.
Okay. Basically, about 2 weeks ago, I had a lot of grinding noise in the gearbox. Just kind of taking your advice when I picked it up off you. You said it's obviously got the warranty. Just take it to a garage near you. And
not near us. Take it any garage.
Yeah. So I've done that. I knew it was something to do with the clutch, so I thought I'll just take it to a local clutch specialist, because at least then they know exactly what they're doing. They said, yeah, it needs a new clutch, job done. Hopefully the warranty and stuff will cover that. That's fine. Got a phone call from them an hour or two later after they'd taken the gearbox out, and basically a bearing that was inside had been wearing on the gearbox or something to do with the gearbox, and basically it would need a new or a gearbox rebuild. Obviously it was in pieces, and I went back to the warranty company because you have to get them to authorise the work first.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
They then authorised the work. So a new gearbox was fitted, clutch and all of that, and the total cost for that was £2,604. The warranty company have only offered they're only covering £1,000 of that. So really I'm looking for you to pay for the rest of that bill, which is £1,604.
I bet you are. I bet you do. No, we won't be doing that unless you come back into us. We would strip it down. We'd have done it, but nowhere near that sort of fee. You should have rung me, really.
Well, I mean, it's difficult because at that point the van was already in bits at somebody's.
Yeah, but you should have bought it, and you never even rang me.
So
be nowhere near that. I'm sorry, I can't do anything with that.
Well, the thing is I was going on your guidance initially. Just I didn't know there was a price cap to the warranty. Otherwise, that
you should have read it, really, shouldn't you?
Well, you know,
you don't just come back after the event and just spring a £1,600 bill on somebody. What you should have done now, we'd have done the lot for about £1,000. We've got a proper gearbox rebuild bloke. We'd have whipped it out, done it, and won't even claimed on the warranty.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but that's what you should have done. You should have contacted us. So
I can't
help you any further with that.
I mean, the thing is when I bought it off you, you said the gearbox was all fine. I said, is it all right? And you said it was.
We drove it, didn't we? That's a vehicle's for you, isn't it? We drove it, the vehicle was fine. You've had it longer than September anyway.
Well, I haven't. I picked it up in the first week of September.
September?
Yeah.
Well, that's only about 6 weeks ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. You should have really bought it to us. You said to be back to me anyway, didn't you? So.
I know. Well, the thing is... Wait, I mean, obviously it was at a garage for one thing, and then obviously had it have just been, I mean, the original quote was only something like £1,000 for the clutch and flywheel or whatever it was. So that would have covered it, and you're supposed to give me 3 months warranty and be.
Yeah, you've had 3 months warranty, yeah, but there'd be a cap. It wouldn't be. It's not a new vehicle. You're on a £6,000 van, well, £5,000 plus that van, aren't you?
Yeah, I can appreciate that, but at the end of the day, it's still, you're selling a van that is in good working order, and it.
Yeah, well, like I say, there's no problem. You should have bought it back to us, and we'd have looked at it before you just go marching and having a gearbox stripped down,
But I mean, there was no way of me getting the van to you.
I'm just driving now, so just put it in an email to us and reply. But we can't help you any further because you've had it stripped down now.
Okay.
So just do what you've got to do.
Okay.
Thank you.
I hate those phone calls. I'm not really sure what to say to that, really. I see where we go from there. Next steps, put it in writing to him and see what comes back with that. I mean, any guesses in the comments what his answer's going to be. But I'll be providing with that basically an account of what's happened, the copy of the invoices,
original invoice and the work that's been done. Photos I've got from M&T Transmissions, sent me a load of photos of the problem and also the original advert. To quote the advert, it says a good van, drive spot on, no moans, no groans. And then I'll keep you posted. I don't quite know where we'll go with this. My brother talked about trading standards and the motor ombudsman. What do you think? Do you think I've got a case to try and claim back the rest of this money, or am I just trying to flog a dead horse? Thank you for watching. Do hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, but it really does help the channel. We do need to update the door of pain and keep track of all of these costs. Click here if you want to see another build video, here if you want to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.